Hello out there and welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to talk a little bit more about some Bible teaches flat earth tonight. Now, we're going to have to do things a little different tonight. Now, we don't want any, we're going to try to get some people up here that are, if you are a Bible believing Christian, okay, Bible believing, and you want to know more about biblical cosmology, then I want to talk to you. If you're interested in biblical cosmology and you claim and you believe what the Bible says, now we can have a little talk. You know, if you're an atheist, there's no point because you don't believe in the Bible, right? If you're a globe guy and you just want to come up here and debate it or try to talk me out of it, we don't really have much to say. But if you're a Bible believer and you want to come up and ask a couple of actual questions regarding biblical cosmology, okay, we can do that. And yeah, I may end up, let's see if we're going to do a co-host here, maybe not right now, but eventually we're going to do a co-host with Tron. He wants to talk about this too. But this Flat Earth, this book here, the Flat Earth Bible, it has all of the verses in the Bible, basically, that pertain to any type of flat Earth or whatever you want to call it, biblical cosmology, whatever. So if you want to talk about that, if you want to know more about that, come on up or say something in the chat. I just got on here. We had, I was on the other night and had a lot of people on here and had a pilot, and he got really mad over somebody talking about his airplane and threw a big fit and had a cuss fit and had to be dropped. And then another guy came on and started cussing up a storm. I had to get rid of him too. So we don't really want that. Okay, if you want to have a intelligent conversation, and especially if you are a Bible believer and want to know if you have an actual question, but I don't coming up and just arguing saying, hey, here's my proof, it's a globe, and I'm gonna, I'd rather not do that. Not tonight. We did that the other night, and it got out of hand, let's just say. But if you have any Bible questions, put it down here in the chat, or you can come up if you honestly have a question. I'm going to get some of this information out of this book here, the Flat Earth Bible. This is on Amazon. I'm reading this stuff out of this book. I do have permission to do that, okay? Yeah. So, okay. Hey, well, I appreciate that, Ricky. I appreciate that. And you don't have to be. You don't have to be a flat earther. I'm just saying, if somebody has an honest question and they want to ask a honest Bible question, hey, we can answer it. I have a lot of family and friends. They're not flat earthers. They don't believe what I say as far as that goes. But I've got, and now that you said that, Ricky, there, I appreciate that. Are you a Bible believer yourself, regardless of the flat earth thing? So, well, that's one of the things we're going to end up doing is we're going to start talking about what the Bible says about biblical cosmology. And then if a person is an actual Bible believer, go look up the verses for yourself, and then decide if you believe the verses or not. Because my way of thinking is that if you believe what it says, then you have no choice but to You have no choice but to believe than something other than what you've been taught. Let me put it to you that way. Okay. And please like and share the deal if you like it. But this one of the verses I want to go over here is, of course, in Psalm 96. Of course, it's one of them that says, "The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously." There's lots and lots of stuff in there talking about how the earth is not going to be moved. Psalm 104 says, talking about God, who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be moved forever. Okay, well, it's like, well, it's hard to say that it's moving if it says it's not moving. What's your question? It's like, I got Jason Belmont. I've got a question. What is it? Give it to me. Isaiah 14, by the way, says the whole earth is at rest and quiet. Okay. Now keep in mind, this is not science. This is a biblical. Okay. Zechariah 1 says, and it says some other stuff ahead of it, but we have all walked to and fro through the earth, and behold, all of the earth sitteth still and is at rest. Okay. That's hard to get around. You know what I mean? Somebody asked here, do the math. This is not math. This is now, luminosity, obviously you don't know what you're talking about. The guys who wrote the Bible didn't even know where babies came from. Oh, yeah, they did. They had lots of babies. There's lots of babies in the Bible. Okay. This is one right here. 2 Peter. For this, and this is what a lot of people are right now. For this they are willingly ignorant of, and by the word of God, the heavens are old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. That all coincides with Genesis on the first page. That the firmament divides the water from the water. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see here. Oceans aren't at rest. Well, they're still level. Yeah, now, if you want to come up here, you have to be a Bible believer. I don't want to get into anybody start saying the Bible's not true, and I mean that's a different podcast right there. You know what I mean? Let's see. I have to get this thing to work. Multi-guest window. Open. Doesn't want to open. I don't know why. Didn't open back there. Oh, there it is. Showed up at the bottom. Okay, when did dinosaurs arrive? Well, there's a debate on that, whether or not that's all real as well. Got some debate on that. Okay. Let's bring somebody up here. Hey, Jason.
Yeah, greetings.
Are you a Bible believer?
Yes, I am, indeed.
All right. You have any questions?
Yeah, I was asking, because I've been hearing flat earth, but it's in 2023 when I saw it in Bible that I have actually done my digging up until now.
Okay.
Yeah, and time after time I still see more scriptures that supports it. Just to ask you though, have you seen Proverbs 30?
Proverbs 30. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, verse 4.
Proverbs. Let's see here. Get my little app up here. Proverbs 30, you said?
Yeah.
Verse 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in his garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Yeah.
Yeah, with the understanding of the biblical earth, you understand certain other scriptures in a different way. That's how it's working for me.
Right.
So, yeah, so even the flood with Noah, it showed three places that water was coming from,
Sure.
right? The fountains of the deep,
Yeah.
rain was falling,
And the windows.
and the windows of heaven.
Yep.
Exactly. All right, so we're good there. But this is what I want to ask you though. When I asked how far down the rabbit hole you went.
Okay.
Have you noticed with the Tower of Babel?
Tower of Babel. Yeah.
All right. You realize that most people say they are building a tower to avoid another flood, but when you read it, it's in Genesis 11. When you read it, it actually doesn't say that.
No, I didn't say that's not what I remember.
Exactly. It just said that they're trying to reach the heavens.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all.
Right.
And the fact that probably back then they didn't have rockets to do it. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see exactly where you're going for it. See, they're doing the same thing today. Yeah, Genesis 11:4 says, and they said, go, let us build a city and a tower whose top may reach into heaven, and let us make a name. So they want to make a name for themselves. They're wanting to show off is what they're wanting to do. And so that's basically the same thing as they're doing now with these so-called rockets. They're not building towers that high, but they're like, well, we don't need a tower. We'll just shoot a rocket so we can go up into heaven. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
We've just moved on. That's all. And they still ain't getting there. They didn't get there then. They ain't getting there now. The way I see it.
Precisely.
Anyway, so yeah.
See, it's consistent because in Isaiah 14, you see where it said that Lucifer said in his heart, he will ascend into heaven, right?
Sure.
And then down in Romans 10, verse 6, you can see why they want to breach the firmament.
Let's see, Romans 10:6. Yeah. But the righteousness which is of faith, as speaketh of the wise, say not in thine heart, who shall ascend to heaven? Yeah. That is to bring Christ down from above. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what they're trying to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They don't have an invite to heaven, so they're trying to do it by force.
Trying to do it by force, trying to sneak in. Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, though.
Yeah. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it. Share and like the post or like the deal if you like it. And we'll talk to you later. All right. That was a good one. Anybody else? Let's see here. What have we got here? We've got off-road. You know, I go off-road or used to a lot. I have a Razor, a few other things. If you think the Bible teaches flat earth, then you have a mental comprehension issue. Well, Mr. Off-Road, I mean, that's a cool story there, but clearly you don't know anything about the Bible. You should try reading it. I know that's above most people's heads. They say, oh, the Bible this, the Bible that. Never even opened it up. They have no clue what it says. They wouldn't know what these verses mean. I mean, they have no clue. I'd say if you, Mr. Off-Road, actually believe what you're saying, then you've actually never read the Bible. You have no clue. Now, if you were a Bible believer and you actually wanted to know what it says, you would ask. But, you know, yeah, you would ask. But, you know, most people, they don't really want to know. I mean, and this doesn't affect your life. I realize that, you know, especially if you're already a Bible believer. Let's see. Somebody says here, Ecclesiastes 1:5 disproves flat earth. Well, we know that's not the case, but let's look it up here. Get my app out here. Come on. Ecclesiastes. What'd they say? Ecclesiastes what? Let's see. 1:5. You're not catching on, digitally forged designs. You're not catching on very well. Think about that. 1:5 says, the sun also arises, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth, meaning it hurries to the place where it arose. That says that the sun is moving, not the earth. The sun is hasting to where it goes back into its place on a circuit. Ooh, yeah, see, I'm assuming when somebody says something like that, well, obviously they have no discernment. Either that or just a liar. I don't know. But I'm glad you brought that one up because, yes, that does prove that it is other than a globe, right? So that's pretty funny there. That's a good one. Yeah, well, this let's see, measured flat. What is this? Yeah, what the sun is moving, not the earth. I don't know if that's a question or a statement. Just like Satan twist the word. I don't know if he's talking to me or somebody else. I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, we've got all kinds of stuff. See, that's why we say, yeah, the sun is obviously moving. That's why we say Bible teaches flat Earth. Now, you're not going to get that from Hollywood, Cartoon Network, NASA. Okay, not a space agency, or like my shirt says, NASA going nowhere since 1958. You're not going to get that from them. You're only going to get these nuggets from the Bible. Now, if you don't believe the Bible, I don't know what to tell you on that one. That's why we're wanting Bible believers to talk about it. All right, let me bring somebody up here real quick. We'll bring a couple of people up. Come here. All right. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good, my brother. How are you doing?
Doing good. You obviously you believe the Bible teaches flat Earth, right?
Well, that is obvious. Even if you
Yeah,
do
well,
not believe,
it is to me.
even if you
But
don't believe a word in the Bible, it is straightforward that the authors or the writers of the scriptures believe the earth to be flat. It
yes,
is not contestable. It is just logic, and you don't have, as I said, you don't have to believe a word in it to know that.
I agree. You, I literally have a guy I know who is a professed atheist. He says he does not believe the Bible. He the same thing. He doesn't believe a word in it. He thinks it's a fake book. But he read through it and he said, I do know it teaches a flat earth. I don't believe in flat earth and I don't believe in the Bible, but it does teach it. So
Right.
even somebody like that can read it and see that it's clearly saying that this thing is stationary. There's water above us and below us. I mean, that's what it says. And just like this person came on there and they're like, oh, well, Ecclesiastes 1:3 or whatever, disproves flat earth. and you go read it, and it says the sun is moving, and the sun moves hastily, moves back to its location. And to them, that means the globe is moving when it clearly says the sun is moving. So I don't know how you read that, Ecclesiastes 1:5. Yeah, I don't know how you read that when it says the sun is moving and it hurries up and moves back to its location, and you read that and you say, see, the earth is moving. But it didn't say the earth. It says the sun. I don't know how you read that and
Yeah.
say it's something else. I don't understand that.
Well, I can understand how someone. It makes no sense, but I can understand how someone will come up with that idea. You see, most Christians are what I call ideologically locked, and they make it bad for themselves and bad for Christians because they fail basic logic and just comprehension tests. Really, for example,
Right.
the atheist you mentioned a while ago, he has more comprehension than a lot of Christians who read the Bible, believe it or not. I'm not saying that you must necessarily believe the earth to be flat in order to be Christian necessarily. I'm not saying that. But if we are to really think about it, read. For example, let me give you an example. I'm Catholic, right? And one of my favorite apologists, teacher, if you want to call him that, is a guy named Jimmy Akin. Now, Jimmy Akin has a program called Jimmy Akin's Mysterious World, where he delves into every topic possible.
Right.
One of his programs was on flat Earth.
Okay.
And being an intellectually honest man, he gave his arguments to why the earth is a ball. All of these arguments, by the way, assumes the consequent and begs the question. But he acknowledged, because he is intellectually honest, that the Bible does teach that the earth is flat and level.
Right.
But he then goes through some gymnastics to say, oh, this is why, and so on, reinterprets everything.
Sure.
But at least he acknowledges that that's what it says.
Right. Well, at least the guy is honest enough to acknowledge that that's what it says, whether or not you believe it or not. You know.
Right. I mean, you could reinterpret it if you want. You could say, oh, these guys didn't understand and blah, blah, blah,
Right.
and this and so on and so forth. Okay, fine. But that's what it still teaches.
Yeah. Exactly. Even if that's what I get a lot of, like, well, that's a fake book. It's this, it's that. It's like, well, whether or not you believe it or not, that's still what it teaches. I mean, there's no way around it. But that's why I wanted to, I try to get some actual Christians up here, or people who claim to believe in the Bible. So they say they believe the Bible, but then they don't believe what it says. So then we want to go over those verses and say, well, rethink about those verses, only take off your blinders, take off your Cartoon Network blinders and look at it with new eyes, and then consider what it's saying. Now, do you believe it or do you not believe it? Simple as that.
I think the problem also is that of peer pressure, because believe it or not, there was a time when the vast majority of Christians believed the earth to be flat. There was a time like that, right? So
Sure.
I think it's peer pressure. One of the biggest reasons why people believe in the globe, right, is peer pressure. Others believe it, so they think that consensus equals truth. So, for example, you might hear people say, oh, how are you saying that? Are you saying that all the scientists are wrong? What they're actually saying is, how can we have so many scientists having a consensus and be wrong? But the problem is this: when the vast majority of civilizations knew the earth to be flat, that was a consensus. But they will not use that consensus to prove the earth to be flat.
Right. Exactly.
So the consensus they're referring to is conditional, right? So when we as a consensus, as a society, as a civilization say it's a ball, it's a ball. But when in previous civilizations said it was flat, it could not be flat because they have a consensus bias.
Right. That's exactly right. Okay. Hey, well, Johnson, I appreciate you coming up. I'm going to drop you down and grab somebody else. I'm going to try to go through quite a few people and see what all everybody says.
Yeah, man, no problem. Respect
Oh.
from Jamaica, right?
All right. Hey, thanks for coming up. Thanks. Just like and share it if you want to, and we'll see you later.
Cool, respect.
All right. All right, I'll bring somebody else up here. I'm gonna try to run through. Let's try to get several. I don't want. It's not that I definitely want to talk to people, but I don't. I've got a limited amount of time, so I don't want to. I want to try to get some more people up here as fast as I can. Well, what happened? I guess nobody else is requesting. I had somebody requesting, but they must have went away. Well, there it is. Let's go back. Okay, let's click it again. This thing is kind of weird. Hello, is this Hiking Comedian?
It is.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Are you a Bible believer?
No.
No. Okay, well, so you don't believe in the Bible, so I guess it wouldn't really make a difference if it was top flat earth or not, right?
Well, I mean, I think the Bible has some good things in it. It has some good things to live by.
Sure.
There's some good stories. I don't think it was the word of God, if you believe in God, because it was written by men over a stretch of time.
Right.
There's no empirical evidence to back up anything, really. So
well,
they're
I
just
disagree
stories.
with that, but
Okay.
but that's your opinion. You don't have to believe in the Bible. It doesn't affect me any.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then you have every right to believe it.
Right. I wouldn't force you to believe it or otherwise,
But when I hear things like and they're not exactly in the Bible, but it's very biblical, it's very Christian based. The age of the earth, a flat earth, just basically obvious falsehoods. It does bother me.
It
bothers
me.
me.
Did you say a flat earth is an obvious falsehood? Is that what you said?
Yes, I did.
Right. So
now, I don't mind anybody having an opinion that the Earth is flat. If you want to be stupid, that's your prerogative.
Right,
but if you're going to teach this to kids, you're abusing children.
I disagree with that.
Okay, well, I think if you objectively teach kids things that we know are false, that's
we don't know that they're false though.
But we do.
No, we don't either.
Sure, we do.
Now, I would say
prove the Earth is round. If you give me 15 seconds, I'll prove the Earth is round right now.
Well, it is round. It's just flat.
No, I can prove it.
You can't.
I can.
I've heard it all before. All of it. Everything.
Well, okay. Well, then you're in denial.
No. None of the people can ever prove anything. It's always.
Well, can I just say one thing here then?
Just say one thing. Go ahead.
If the stars are rotating counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere,
perspective,
the moon. That's not okay. That's a very. I love how you just invalidate.
I already know what I just said.
Through thousands of objective observations over thousands of years. Not only that, let me add one in there. The moon, and I've seen this for myself.
Okay.
The moon is upside down in Australia relative to the people in the northern hemisphere. I've taken pictures of it. The same thing. I've seen the same formations upside down in New Zealand. I've seen it. I've also been to Antarctica twice. I've climbed the highest peak there. I've seen the 24-hour sun for 2 weeks straight. There's no debating it. I wasn't alone, and there were tons of people there climbing the mountain.
Yeah. Well, even if there's a mountain and you saw the sun, doesn't tell me what the shape of the Earth is.
Sure, it does.
No,
you can't have that effect on a flat Earth. It's impossible.
How can you prove that? If you
Easily.
Number one, you don't even believe in a flat Earth. How can you not have refraction and all kinds of stuff? And how can you not possibly see something?
Okay, refraction isn't going to affect anything to those angles and those degrees. That's just a cop out. Refraction has nothing to do with that. You could sit here and pretend it does, but it doesn't. And every scientist in the world's going to back me up on it.
I know, but you can sit there and pretend that everybody knows, where the sun is and how big, far away it is, and they can.
I know,
even though you can clearly see that
it's
the same size as the moon, but then they're going to say, it's 10 times further. It's this, yeah. But that's just what you say.
More than that. Okay, I figured out how far the sun was. I figured out how far
Yeah.
away the sun was in middle school.
Well, that's because you were
Nobody
at a
told
propaganda
no,
school.
no, no, no. Nobody told
Yes.
me how far away it is. I
Listen.
used trigonometry to figure it out. It's really not hard.
How would you really?
But
Have
see, there you go.
You
again.
actually,
you're,
what
you're
have
just
you?
you're what you're doing, sir.
No.
And look, at
No.
this is your life,
No.
and you have every right to this. But what you're doing is you're invalidating you're invalidating all of science, all of cosmology, all of geology,
No.
all of astrophysics, and you're saying that everybody's wrong, but you're right.
I'm saying everybody who likes to lie and gets a lot of money from lying
Oh.
is probably lying.
So everybody's lying. Millions of people are lying. Did
Well,
you
no,
know
no,
that
no,
we
no, no,
have
no, no,
millions of
no,
pictures of the
no,
round
listen
Earth?
here. Here's the thing. Most people are just like
Okay.
you. They have a veil pulled in front of their eyes. They only know what
No,
they
we
saw on
don't.
TV.
We're scientists
what you are.
who experiment.
There are
No,
no,
sir.
scientists trying to
That's-
prove
sir,
the globe. Or
No,
flat Earth.
sir. That's a cop out.
There's
That's
none.
just you're just invalidating.
No.
That's a cop out. You're
No,
telling me
that's
I
not a
have no
cop-out.
discipline. I figured this
No.
out for myself because I'm a researcher. Okay,
Well,
and I know how to do math.
You should probably math.
Your
isn't gonna
problem
help
is,
you
and
out.
I'm sorry, it
Math,
is. You're
math,
uneducated.
math isn't going to
sir.
help you on flight
Sir,
mechanics or anything
Let's
like that.
be honest. You're uneducated in
No.
science and math, and you don't understand what you're seeing.
I know
That's
what
the
I'm
truth.
seeing, and I know all the
No,
stuff
you
that's been done, and it's already been debunked. And when
it
somebody
hasn't.
says, "Oh, I looked at the stars
Sir,
and it's rotating
nothing-
counterclockwise,"
Right.
it's perspective.
Right. That's
it's the
how
same
they-
as if you put a
That-
6
no,
on
no,
your
no, no,
ceiling.
no. That's a cop out.
You walk over
Saying
here,
it's a
it's a
perspective
9.
is saying a
That's all you're
perspective
doing.
is just shouting out some nonsense. That
No.
doesn't count.
No, that's
I don't
actual
understand.
what you
That's
can
dumb.
see.
That's a perspective. That's
No.
not
Listen.
an answer. I have empirical evidence. You have.
You
No,
don't have
that's
any
not true.
empirical evidence.
I do, sir.
All you
I
have
the
is what
evidence.
you read
You
on
have
Google.
nothing. What you have is
Okay.
you're clinging to your Bible,
Yes,
and
that's what you
because
should
if
be
the Earth is
doing.
round,
That's
and
what you should
if
be
you understand
doing.
that if you understand that the Earth
know
is
what?
4.54 billion years old, it crushes all your faith.
It's not.
So you're going to
and there's
lie
no
to
proof of
yourself.
that. There's no proof
I'm in
of that.
psychology, and what you're in, sir, is
No.
called a state of denial, and it's going to
No, that's
kill
what
you.
you're in. You're full of propaganda.
No, you're in denial, and you're
No.
uneducated, sir. You
No,
are. You're uneducated.
I believed what you did for many, many years, and you can walk
No, sir,
outside
but
and see
did
the
you
difference
do-
with your own 2 eyes.
Did you try to judge the distance? Did you try to measure it?
People are
Did
taking
you try to measure the
cameras.
sun's distance?
Listen, people do it all the time, and I'm friends with them, and they're
No, you're not. Name one.
Yes,
Give me a name. Give me a
Angels
name.
of Light, Flat Earth
That's,
Dave, Tron.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they actually have went out and taken the pictures themselves. They have it. You
Of
can
what?
watch it.
What they take a picture of?
Plenty more than what you
Okay,
have. I
what?
guarantee it.
Name me something.
You know.
So give me their
No.
give me their evidence, and let
Listen,
me see
listen.
that's peer reviewed.
Hey, I appreciate it. I do. I
Okay.
appreciate you coming up. But this was a flat Earth deal to talk
Okay.
about how the Bible talks about flat Earth.
Sure. Well, if the Earth is flat, let me ask you a question. What's the sun made out of?
to another episode here
Uh-oh,
of What's Playing.
What's
Here
the
in
sun
background?
made out of?
We don't know, and neither do you.
You don't know, and then I do know. How high is
you
the
don't.
sun in your firmament? I do know what it's made of. I know
No, you don't.
exactly what it's made of, and I can tell you the exact mass, diameter, and
all
circumference.
you can do is
because I have-
regurgitate.
No,
what
I'm not
you have been
regurgitating,
told.
sir. That's just
So
bullshit.
you
that you're
went to the
throwing out
sun
there.
and tested it
You're
yourself.
you're saying
Did you go to the
that
sun?
I'm
and test it?
regurgitated.
That's what,
What
you're
I've
doing.
done is empirical evidence. I
Have
have
you
the
been to the
skill
sun?
set.
Have you been
You
to
don't
the
have
sun?
to go to the sun.
So,
Have you ever
He's been
seen
to
a
I
flat?
have to
Antarctica.
know
He's
how
saying he's
far it
been
is
to
in the
Antarctica.
firmament.
I have a question for you. Have you ever been face to face with a black mamba?
No,
Have you ever seen one up close? Do you think they exist?
I'm sure they exist. Yeah,
Of course they exist.
that is a
because we have
snake.
empirical evidence.
That's not
Okay.
something in outer space where only
No,
Star Trek can go.
What we know, sir, is how to triangulate positions.
I tell you what.
It's real simple. Again, a middle
Tell you
school
what.
kid can do this, kid. If you want to
I
sit
know.
there and preach nonsense,
It's
that's
not
fine. If you want to
nonsense.
abuse children
No.
and be a child abuser, that's okay
That's
too.
not what this is.
It
I
is.
promise
If
you,
teach
kids.
this
That,
to children,
I promise you that
you
kids
should be
grow
in
up with the
prison.
Bible are not being abused. It's the ones
They
that are
can-
the
they-
opposite.
They
that are
can
ones
embrace
out
the
doing
Bible,
stuff.
sir. They can embrace the Bible at their own will. That's fine. But as soon as
Okay.
you teach this shit as fact, then you're an
Sorry,
abuser.
You're wrong.
then you're an
When
abuser.
you teach the Bible, you either believe it or you don't. You don't
Well, if
believe
you
it. You've
teach
already
it
said
as
it. You're an
if you
atheist.
teach it as faith,
Hey,
that's
if you
great.
want to be an atheist and believe
I'm not an
whatever,
atheist.
whatever,
I'm not an atheist.
whatever Cartoon Network tells you, hey, you believe it. That's your
Okay.
prerogative. I don't care.
Okay, sir. If you want
Okay.
to watch, if you want to spend the rest of your life
we'll see you
being in
later.
denial,
Hey, JB, were you there?
I was listening. I
Okay.
kind of agreed with everything you said, so I wasn't interjecting.
Oh,
But I know
well,
you,
that's okay.
you prefer to talk about the Bible. So yeah, I've read it a few times. So yeah, I mean, I agree. I kind of agree. It talks about a flat Earth, or what you could pretty clearly infer the people thought. That it doesn't say flat Earth specifically, but
No, it doesn't.
the people that were writing it obviously thought the Earth was flat.
Well, at least you agree with that.
That's what I agree with that. But I mean, the fact is, these people didn't have telescopes, right? So
Well, they
they
didn't need
didn't.
it.
They weren't able to see the obvious.
Well, first of all, you don't know
Saturn.
that. You don't know
Saturn
that.
is easily observed with a basic telescope. You can see that it's spherical. You can see the
No.
moons that go around Jupiter.
No,
So
you can see
they
it.
would have.
And I've seen it myself through a telescope, and it's a circle with what looks like a ring around it. You can't tell that it's a sphere. It looks round.
But you can because of the shadow on it. The shadow lines
Where would
pretty
the shadow
clearly
be
show
coming
it's a
from?
sphere.
Where would the shadow be coming from?
The sun.
From the sun? No. No.
Well, from the.
Listen, I don't believe that.
Yeah, you can tell it's a sphere. The same with the moon. You can tell. Last time I was on here,
can't.
one
You can't.
of the
though.
other people was trying to say the moon was a plasma projection from a black hole, because you
I
guys
don't know
don't really have
anything about black holes.
yeah, well, you guys don't have a consensus.
Well,
Flat
well,
Earth is
that
kind of
doesn't
like the
matter.
Bible.
That doesn't matter if you have a consensus or not. All I know is
Well-
you can look at pictures. I don't have any here, but I'm going to bring them up. You can look at pictures of all these round things, and they show them all the time. Flat Earth Dave does. He says, "Show me which one of these is a sphere." And they're like, "Well, they're all spheres." And then he picks them up, and they're not spheres. They're just round.
So when you pick up a tennis ball, what are you looking at? A circle or a sphere?
Well, that's a sphere. But if I hold a tennis ball,
How can
up
you tell
like
it's a
this-
sphere? You're just looking at a circle. You're just looking at a circular outline with your
You said
eye.
if I pick it up, I can put it in my hand and I can tell that it's a sphere. If I'm looking at a picture of it and like, well, that's a picture of a tennis ball. I've played tennis,
fair
so I
point.
know
No,
a tennis
that's
ball
a
is a
fair point.
sphere, unless it's just a picture.
I'll give you that. That's a fair point. You picked it up in your hand. I should have said, okay, you see a football on the ground. You're not touching it. Okay, you're looking at it with your eyes.
Okay.
A soccer ball, I'm talking about. Sorry.
Okay.
You see the shadows associated with the ball, but you say you can only see a round outline. So you're saying it's a circle.
Well,
You're
a
not confident
ball
enough.
on the ground is not the same as something up in the sky with a telescope. But even if
What's the difference? You're still seeing a
Well, there's
circular
a difference,
outline.
but here's the thing. Even if you saw a ball in the sky, let's say it was a ball. Let's say it is a sphere and it's in the firmament.
It is a sphere.
Does that mean that you're on a sphere? It's kind of like if
the
you
moon
play
is a
pool.
sphere.
I mean, you play pool with pool balls. They're spheres, but you're playing it on a flat surface. Does that mean that the pool table's a sphere too? Everything's a sphere because one thing's a
That's
sphere.
just.
So you look up in the sky and you think
what I'm
you see a
saying is
sphere.
you can tell something is a sphere by looking at the shape
what's
of the
backside
shadow
of
lines.
the moon? What's the backside of the moon look like since it's a rotating sphere? Have you ever seen it? How come
It
nobody's ever
rotates
seen the back of the moon?
27.3 days. So the moon rotates every 27.3 days, exactly
In a
the
circle
time
like
it takes
this,
to go around the Earth.
like a clock?
It's tidally locked.
Ah,
Yeah, it's tidally
Isn't that
locked to the
convenient?
Earth. Just
isn't that convenient that the only thing that's close enough to the Earth to see is locked to where you can't see the back, but it's still a ball, but you just can't see it.
all moons.
Only one.
All moons are locked. So the moons of Jupiter, they're locked to Jupiter. Tidal locking is caused by a resonance from the tidal forces.
Listen,
So,
that's a great
anyway.
story. That sounds a lot like Star Trek. Maybe we could ask
It's not a
Captain
story.
Kirk to fly around it.
It's a
like-
scientific fact.
No.
Just like the gentleman
No.
before, who obviously had
No.
some sort of academic credentials.
No.
He actually knows
if
some
you want to
facts.
call that credentials, believing what the news says, then you're out of your mind.
No, he was
Because
he's a
those
researcher.
same
He'd been to
guys
Antarctica.
those same guys like he's talking about, you got to believe in the scientists, science. Those same science guys.
Well, I'm an
There was
engineer.
okay.
I know
Well,
science
well,
works.
there was other
I see it
science
work every
guys.
day.
They're in the news right now. They came up with certain science that everybody had to follow, and if you didn't follow it, you're an idiot. And come to find out,
What do
was
you think
lying
holds
the
the
whole
bridge
time.
up that you drive
Come to find out, he's lying
when you
the
drive
whole
across a
time.
bridge? What do you think holds that up?
I know what holds it up.
It's forces which have been resolved by classical physics. It's
Hey,
all right.
hey.
Anyway,
here's the
about
funny
your Bible.
thing.
Your Bible.
Here's the funny thing about physics. They only seem to work down here on Earth because as soon as you go into outer space, the physics don't apply anymore. Isn't that funny? How steel and everything melts at a certain temperature here, but you put it up in outer space, all of a sudden it lasts forever. It lasts a lifetime in 4,500 degrees. Now down here it melts at 1,200 degrees. Isn't it funny how NASA says the laws of physics simply break down for them? But you're using
They
physics,
don't break
but they don't
down.
have,
I mean,
they don't
the
have to have physics.
classical physics holds within certain limits.
Right. Now,
It
that's
holds within
convenient,
certain
isn't it?
limits. Relativity.
See, that's the kind of physics I want.
Oh well.
When steel down here melts at 1,400 degrees, I want steel that doesn't melt at 5,000 degrees. That's the physics I want. Where can I get some? I want to get those batteries that NASA uses.
You're
been
you're
out
not
there
understanding
for 75 years
how
and still
things
working.
radiate in a vacuum.
I don't guess I understand.
You don't
it.
understand temperatures.
I don't understand temperatures.
No, you
That's
don't.
right.
Hey, the other thing.
I don't know
All
the
right,
difference
let's talk
between
about
hot
your
and
Bible.
cold.
All right.
I don't have a diesel
you
pickup
talked about
sitting out here with two
propaganda. You
batteries
think-
in it. I don't know what a battery is.
You think
Nobody
that
knows
we're
what a
all
battery
just-
is, except for NASA.
You,
Hey,
you
I
think that
appreciate you
we're
coming
all
up.
just?
Huh?
Hey, let me. You can knock me off now. Let me talk
Yeah.
about the Bible.
Well, you
Right.
you
You
don't
talked
even
about
believe in the
propaganda.
Bible.
Wendy, I've read it
Listen,
5 times. Let me
That
talk.
doesn't mean
right?
anything. If you read something with
Who
no
do you think wrote the
discernment,
Torah?
the Torah is not the Bible.
I used to believe it. Who do you,
That's-
the whole of Christianity is based on the Torah. Who do you think
No.
wrote the Torah?
No, it's not.
When was it written? It was written in
Talking about the
456
Torah, we're talking
BCE.
about the Bible.
The New Testament is based on the Old Testament. The new covenant.
Listen, apparently, yeah, you probably need to reread it.
I've probably read it more times than anyone that comes up on this channel.
I
Right?
don't know.
I already said it talks about a flat Earth. That should make you happy.
Well,
What
it
I'm
does.
saying is it's propaganda.
I mean, unless you're a liar,
The whole
you can't
thing-
deny that.
The whole thing is propaganda written by the
Okay.
scribes in 456 BC
No,
because they wanted to rebuild the temple.
sure.
They wanted to build a temple.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. And they stole stories from the Babylonians and the Persians. And it was only from the goodwill of Darius that
Okay.
that he had allowed the Jews to go back to Jerusalem and build this temple. That's
Well-
the only reason the whole Bible exists. All right,
Okay,
so you need
that-
to look into that.
I'll look into that, but that's not what our
Yeah.
topic was about. Is about
The entire thing
Darius
is
and the
propaganda
Babylonians.
written by scribes to
Okay.
conjure up money for their temple building project. 456 What do you think Moses?
What-
Who do you think
that is
wrote
so
the Ten
funny.
Commandments?
That is so
Do you
funny.
think Moses wrote it?
You're talking about these guys.
Do you think Moses wrote?
to conjure up money? And here you are supporting NASA, who charges 73 million a day to give you grainy CGI pictures. You talk about extorting money, but you don't think NASA's doing it, but you think Noah in the Bible was doing it. Who built the ark?
Noah. No, I didn't say Noah. I said Ezra. I said you don't even know the Bible, man. In 456 BCE, all the
Hey.
Jews were taken to Babylon. They were put. It was called the first exile. All right. Then they came back.
okay.
They were allowed to come back by King Darius of Persia. That's modern day
All right.
Iran, who you American guys are attacking. He allowed them to go back to Jerusalem to build the temple.
I'm
And it
gonna
was
let
while
you
they
go.
were in.
Okay.
It was while they were in exile in Babylon that they wrote the entire Old Testament.
Anyway,
What a load of lies.
yeah, what we have here, and what in my opinion, is we have people who are non-Bible believers. And that's fine. If you don't want to believe the Bible, that's fine. But I am,
Yeah.
I was trying to tell people, hey, this is a Bible deal. But go ahead. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Do you have anything to add to this?
Well, I've got uh, tons of things to add to it.
Okay.
Physics wise, like, for example, we don't need to go to space to think about all that. The gyroscope does not calculate the curvature of the Earth.
No.
So, just plainly, that is enough to understand the Earth is flat.
Right. Now, that's what me and Tron talk about a lot is the gyroscope. And
Yeah,
I had a conversation with somebody today about a gyroscope in an airplane because I have a pilot's license, so I've used a gyroscope. I've used an
yeah,
attitude indicator, and they said, "Oh no, well the pendulous vanes, that controls it and makes it go around the Earth." Like, no, that's not what
not
they
at
do.
all.
All that is helps it to keep from drifting. They call it drift, or they have another name for it, where the actual thing tries to change its course. You set it up, it's a gyro spinning, and depending on
Yeah,
how rough the airplane is in the air or wear and tear on the gyro, it can actually move around a little bit. Well, all those pendulous vanes do is help it stay in the position you put it in.
yeah,
But they're trying to claim that it makes you go around the curvature of the Earth and adjusts it for you, and it's self-adjusting. It's like, no,
exactly.
that's not how it works. And I've used
Yeah.
them, and that's not how it works. But they don't believe it. They're like, no, that's how they work. We don't believe you.
But that's why one of the engineers apparently wanted to discuss that with me, and we had a long chat on, TikTok. He brought up pages from his, manual, the gyroscope, and tried to show me. And he was convinced at the end that it was not adjusting for curvature ever.
Right.
So they don't actually go deep into the subject and study about it. That's why they don't find the answers.
Right. I agree. So, are you a Bible believer?
Yes.
Okay. So you believe that the Bible probably teaches flat Earth? I mean, pretty.
I know that the Earth is flat for 10 years now,
Okay.
and it's been a big journey actually. Everybody else like rejects you, your what you're trying to say, and I've learned a lot, and God has led me through a long journey
Good.
through this.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, and
Good.
it's refining daily. It refines daily.
Sure.
So yeah,
I agree. I agree.
yeah.
Well, you have anything else? I'm gonna if not, I'm gonna pull somebody else up and talk to somebody else
Okay,
too.
please pull somebody else. That's fine.
Okay. Do you wanna ask or say anything else before you go down?
Um, one interesting thing. Someone brought up the Geneva Bible
Okay.
in a discussion, and they said that there is a word called globe in it. And I did the research, and there is a word called globe in it, but the other translations, do not have that.
Right.
So I went through the Geneva translation and went through the Strong's translations and the Hebrew translations, which translate it to the firmament again.
Ah.
So even in the translations, we must be really careful. That's why
Yeah.
that's what I just want to add.
Yeah. I would have to look at the Geneva Bible to tell, but I use the King James Bible because
I always use the King James version
yeah.
because
Well, it's
for some reason that's what I trust, and it has not failed me in understanding things. But I was surprised to see that the word globe was in there
yeah. I would
in the
have to
Geneva.
see. I would have to see where that was at, what verse, and what they were referring to.
I will put it in the chat. I will have a look and I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah,
All
do
right
that. I'd like
then.
to look that up myself because, some people, when they say, well, they'll say it says God's sitting on the circle of the earth. Well, a circle, something is round can be a circle. A pizza is circle, but it's flat. A pancake is a
Yeah.
circle, but it's
A
flat.
circle is clear because circle is the
So,
circle of the earth because that is the flat earth.
right.
It's clear as daylight to me. I don't know why people mix the circle with the spear.
I don't know either. And I don't know why people who claim to be these educated people, they just well, they're going to schools that are indoctrination camps to begin with. They only
Yeah.
teach you what they want you to know, and they teach you the state religion. The state
Yeah.
religion is Big Bang and evolution. That's what they teach you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if there's any proof. That's what's in all the books. And so that's what they're taught. So they're just like, oh, that's the truth. Like, oh, no, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But they won't even take a look at who produced the book. They don't want to know. They just say, oh, it says this, so that's what it is. It's like, that's not true.
Even the gravity law, like if equals ma, I investigated that further, and in the vacuum chamber, if you let go of two different masses at the same time,
Right.
they fall together. So that itself is a big problem for gravity, because the two forces should mean that the higher force should bring the object down,
Right.
first,
Faster.
but it doesn't happen.
Right. Yeah, the gravity, people, I heard one guy say the other day, what was it? He said something about, we're like, well, if gravity is real, how about clouds? And he's like, well, what about them? I was like, well, clouds are full of water. They're saying that some of these clouds weigh 20 million pounds. So how can something that weighs 20 million pounds be floating in the air above you?
That's
And
one thing, and
it's
well,
like, and the guy said, well, clouds are
another
made out of
thing to
helium.
add to that, yeah, just a little bit to add to that. You can see smaller clouds just beneath that huge cloud. So how
Right.
can that happen? The larger cloud should fall beneath the smaller cloud, but we see tons of smaller clouds beneath larger clouds.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to pull a couple more people up here. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just saw you and I thought I'll give you a follow.
Okay.
And I'm also a music and songwriter, so I produce my own music, and I have also released this song called Beyond the Firmament.
Oh, yeah.
You might like to listen to it one day.
Yeah. Where can you find those songs at?
You can go to my channel on TikTok, and I have pinned it there.
Oh, okay.
It's on any platform, Spotify, any platform.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
All
check that
right.
out.
All right. Have a blessed day.
All right. You too. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. All right. That was good. Let's see. Let's get somebody else up here real quick. I've got quite a few requests. Let's see here. For some reason, this thing takes a really long time to actually get somebody up here. It just like pauses for a long time. Hello, is this
All right.
Osticart?
Howdy. How's it going, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You a Bible believer?
Yeah.
Are you a flat Earth believer?
No.
No. Okay. That's all right. You have any questions?
Yeah. I just so if I live in California, right? Go to the beach. Why don't I see China from the shore of California? Like why? If it's flat,
I've got an
I would
answer for
see
that.
right?
I've got an answer for that. It's
What's that?
because it wouldn't matter what the shape of anything was. You can't see forever.
No.
It doesn't matter where you're at. Doesn't matter what you're
Who
looking
said
at.
that?
You just can't see that far.
No, that's not true. That's
That's true.
not true at all.
Well,
No,
if it was true, you could see it, but you can't see it.
yeah, you could if it
But
was
you
flat.
can't see forever. You can't, and no,
Right,
that's why they
you
have
can't.
telescopes.
So you can't see.
No, you cannot see
You
forever.
can see
Nobody
for-
can.
You can see forever. Yes, you can.
Okay, well that's ridiculous.
That's like obvious. That's like common sense,
Right. That you
right?
can't.
Like you can see forever.
No.
What would be so if you can see forever, because that's obvious.
But you can't
What would be the reason why that? So then why can't I see China?
because you can't see forever and there's atmosphere in the
You
way.
can see forever, so
No.
you're just lying. Like I don't get why you're lying.
Okay. How old are you?
How old am I? I'm old enough, man.
No, not you don't sound
That's 30. I'm in my 30s.
okay. Well, if
I
you
just
can,
don't
I
get
tell you
why you're
what.
lying about common.
Let me
common
tell you what.
sense.
If you can personally see forever, you need to go down and contact somebody in the government, and they can check you out, and you'll be a multimillionaire overnight because you're the only person on Earth that can see forever.
Well,
No,
I mean, you can
everybody
see-
else's vision is very limited. The human
Well,
eye
you
can
can see
only see
stars.
about 3 miles on a good day.
But you can see the moon.
The moon is close.
No, it's not.
It's in the firmament right above your head.
Nope, that's not true.
Hey, that's what we think.
Where's the firmament?
Right above your head.
Have you seen it?
I see what's in it.
Can I go touch it?
No, you can't. But you can see it
can.
because you can see forever.
Yeah, you can see the moon. The moon is very far away.
No, it's
China
close.
isn't as far, and I can't see China.
The moon is
So-
close, very close.
So why wouldn't I see China, but I could see the moon that's far away? Would
There's
it
a
be
difference.
because
There's a
maybe it's
difference
curved?
between looking
Would it
up
be
and out.
Because it curves, right? So
No, nothing
that's why
curves.
I can't see China
No,
Yeah, it does
not
curve.
hardly.
because I can't see China from the shore.
That's because you can't see forever. Nobody can.
Yes, you can. You can see the moon.
The moon is
very
not
far away.
forever. The moon is right above your head.
No,
so
it's
is the
not.
sun. So are the
That's
stars.
also a lie. No,
No.
it's not. That's also a lie. So why?
No, listen.
just
If you
lying
don't
to
believe the
people?
Bible and you don't believe it, that's your fault. I don't care.
No, I mean, I believe the Bible.
Well, you said you were a Bible believer when you first came up here.
Yes.
Now you don't believe in the firmament. The Bible says there's a firmament, but you don't believe it. So if you don't believe there's a firmament
There's no-
when the Bible
just say
says
a
it, then you're
firmament.
not a Bible believer. You're a Bible
There's no
denier.
firmament. It doesn't say firmament in the Bible.
It's on the very first page. I suppose you're going to say that's not true too.
Well, it's all subjective.
That's objective. Okay. Well,
Subject.
so
Not
when the
objective.
Bible says there's a firmament and it separates something, you don't believe it because that's subjective.
The heavens
So
from the earth.
I guess if the Bible says there's a dog, there's not really a dog. What is it then? There's not really a boat.
I mean,
There's a what?
It's just saying there's a separation from the heavens and earth.
That's not what it says. It says from water
Yes, it
from
does.
water.
No, it doesn't.
Why
You're
don't
just
you
lying
open
to
up your
everybody.
Bible and read Genesis 1?
You need to open up the Bible, and then you need to go outside and read.
All right. So we also have blooming idiots up here who are compulsive liars. Okay. So obviously, yeah. Read the first page of Genesis. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say there's a firmament. It doesn't say there's water above. Let's see. Genesis 1:6. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the water, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the water which were under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament. That is literally on the first page of the Bible. The first page. Genesis 1. Only about that far in. So don't tell me you're a Bible believer and come up here and don't know what's on the first page and then claim you can see forever. I guess watching one too many Marvel comics thinks that you're Superman. You're not. All right, let's see with somebody else here. See if this will bring somebody up. It's waiting. It's processing. Try it again. There you go. Hello, are you there? Hello? Hello, hello. You're up on the panel. Are you there? Maybe they got disconnected. If you're still interested in coming back up, just try again. We'll try it again. Let's see who the next one is. I clicked on somebody else and they haven't popped up here yet. Yeah, I think the guy that was just up here, he said he was a Bible believer, and then he went on to say that you could see forever. And he wants to know why he can't see China, but he can see forever. I guess you need to take a harder look. All right, let's try somebody else here. Let's see, come on. This thing is slow. It shows I've got a bunch of people, and then all of a sudden it shows a different amount of people. Well, hey, John R. Flat Earth there, I clicked on your name to let you up, and it disappeared. Let me click on you again. For some reason, it's not sent you an invite to come up because you were up here, but it disappeared on me. It's coming. It's coming. There you are.
How's it going, man?
Good. How are you? What can
I'm pretty good.
Are you a Bible believer?
My goodness, yes, I am.
Okay. Do you believe in flat Earth?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yes. and I'm going to tell you, I've been up here since that one hiking guy was up here.
Oh yeah.
The hiking guy, and I just want to say, first thing, the ARR is my last name because I had to get a second account. People that knew me on Flat Earth Lives, I just want to know that my last name was that, but it's John, my last name. But I decided to put flat, and you see my picture there.
Yeah.
You probably know what that is.
Yeah, it looks like the UN thing and the Gleason map underneath of it, from what I can tell.
Right, because you know how the UN, mocks us, and they put the flat
Sure.
Earth map on their thing. So,
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm 54 years old. I've been at this since I was at least 29, 30. And I've been at it for a long time. And I was a truther first and tried to understand things in life
Right.
and movies and things that were being fed through schoolings and whatnot, and things that make sense. So,
Sure.
but I was a truther first. When I came into Flat Earth, it's been a while. I know just about everything like Dave knows, and everybody knows. I'm 54 now. And people think they say I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. I'm a conspiracy analyst. I look
Right.
at these conspiracies and I analyze them. And they think I'm a nutcase. But fortunately, my family, I don't like to call myself a Christian. I don't like that title, or, I like to say I'm a follower of Christ, and I believe in God, because Christianity and religion is division. So many people
Sure.
believe in so many things, and there's so many problems there that nobody agrees with nothing, and that's the problem. But if people will understand, like, the indoctrination system of Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and the Carnegies, and all these things, and how the devil works and to deceive and fool us, and no matter what facet of life, he's going to try to pull us there. And I broke out of that.
Right.
So, but anyways, to get back to hiking, he said to you, he was like, oh, the Bible was written by man. And I just want to jump in there and say, so wasn't your science books.
Yeah.
Your curriculums and your science books were written by man. So who's
That's
right?
true.
The Bible, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They do not realize that.
Yeah, and,
It's like-
and their books don't claim divine intervention of somebody like God telling them to write it. It's just the man brain.
That's right.
I mean, And we know how off they are.
Right.
And the other funny thing is he doesn't seem to understand. They always jump to science. Well, science says this, and science, and it's like I remind them, it's the same guys. We've got one in the news right now, and we know who he is. One of the doctors who wore a white lab coat and stood up there and said, "I am science, and you have to believe what I say."
Yeah,
And here,
yeah,
you need to go take this stuff.
yeah.
And after that, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And people did it. And lots of people have suffered because of it. And now they get a hold of his diary, and he made it all up.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a liar.
Can I say these words?
You got to be very careful, or I'll immediately get so.
Okay. That was the demic, right? The word with the demic at the end.
Yes.
Can I say the PLAN in front of that,
I don't know,
or the S?
but we know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Yes.
We know what a
But you-
scam is. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the demic behind. But that's
Yeah.
the thing. I think it was a beta test to see how far they can say, hey, okay, how far they can do.
Sure.
Just like in science, how far can we push them to believe in something? Well, they're just going to say and bow down to the system and say, oh, I believe in this. So
Yeah.
what happened with that was like, okay, give it to me because I'm scared, and there's the people that I've heard since after the hiking guy and come up here and it's just the illusion and how they're trapped with the lies of Satan, because it really starts with him.
Right.
And how people are so, yeah, we're all been indoctrinated, but the cognitive dissonance that kicks in, and when they're you want to hear something different, and when somebody will accept it or say, okay, I'll look into it, you plant a seed. But some of these people, I have lost 2 friends because I was a flat earther, and they
Right.
said, you're nuts. I'm done with you. I'm like, but can we just look at the Bible? And I said, look up what it says. I mean, it's like a great molten looking glass. He put a circle over the earth.
Right.
Okay, he divided the waters. He says that he's like he sits above us. We're his footstool. He looks down at us like grasshoppers. He said he spread it across the land, across the firmament, like a tent, you know, and it's like a wax seal with upturned edges. We're talking about
Right.
the Antarctic, you know. There's so many things, and like the Bible says, well, the guy that was fighting for God, he said, "Okay, can you stop the sun?" Well, he stopped everything.
Right.
He didn't say stop. He didn't say stop the earth.
Exactly.
You know, there so many biblical things that we can look at that people
Right.
don't want to look at. That it boggles my mind because either they just
Yeah, they're-
don't want to look at
I don't know
God.
why. Some
Yeah,
of them
yeah.
just don't want to know the truth. Some of them don't care. A lot of them are, they say they don't believe in the Bible and stuff, and so I don't know. But I put a whole bunch of that in this book right here, the Flat Earth Bible. It has almost every one of those verses explained, so a person can
Oh,
flip
let me-
through here.
How can I get it?
It's on Amazon.
Okay, what's it called again?
The Flat
The
Earth
Flat Earth
Bible
Bible.
by Dr.
Okay,
by
I'm gonna-
Dr. Kenny Williamson.
All right, I'm gonna. I don't have any money on my Cash App right now. When I do tomorrow,
I mean,
I'm gonna
it's
get
on
that
there.
book, brother. I'm gonna get that book, but
It's
Well,
got
you know,
it's got all
I'm-
that stuff you're talking about in there.
yeah, I just thank you for doing what you do. I'm following you. I don't know if you're not following me. It would say friends, but if we were following each other, but you don't have to follow me. But I'm
Let's see.
following you, and I thank God that you're doing what you're doing. Because it says call every man's a liar, but God is truth. So just because they have a lab coat and a degree on their wall, people in this world that don't believe in God or have not even come to trust him, or it's presented to everybody. Everybody knows about a God and Jesus and
Right.
everything. But where do you go from there? Do you just want to keep on believing in pseudoscience and being atheist or agnostic and not believe in it? Then that's on them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah. Get somebody else. I'd like to hear some more.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to bring somebody else up and see what they say, and then we'll go from there. I appreciate it.
Brother, I just want to say God bless you, brother. Keep doing your thing.
No problem. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Plant that seed. All right, drop me, man.
All right. We'll see you
Thank
later.
You too.
All right. That was a good one. At least, hey, there are some people that agree with what I'm saying, okay? Okay, let's see here. Let's accept this next one here. It's trying to load. There it is. Trip Canada. How are
what's up?
you?
What's up, bud? I just wanted to let you know that in the Matthew's Bible of 1537 and 2 Samuel 11:11, it literally said flat earth.
Yeah,
I'll show you.
Yeah, I have that. I have that right here in this book. Believe it or not. Let's see.
So just in case there's the image right there. It said, "And the Lord lie intents upon the flat earth." Quite
Yeah.
literally, it said flat earth.
Yeah, see
Right,
that.
now,
It's
I'm not a
talking-
Bible pusher, but it's something that little more, another tool in your toolbox.
Yeah, I've got that right here. I've actually got that in this book right here. One of the things is Matthew's Bible from 1537, and it talks about. I've actually got that in this book right here. One of the things is Matthew's Bible from 1537, and it talks about that same exact one. Shows you what it says. Talks about it. Yeah, I've read that, and that's not a smoking gun per se to say, okay, it means the earth is flat, because they are talking about laying tents down, and it says go lay it down in the flat earth. Maybe it was just an area that's flat, right? I mean, but it's funny that it did say
it says flat Earth, buddy.
but it says
flat Earth. You can't get any more. You can't get any more obvious than that,
right?
right? Like, why would you take it out? The reason you take it out is because anybody that's coming across that verse goes, "Wait a minute, it says it's flat Earth."
Right.
Looked,
Literally
it
says
it's
flat Earth.
I feel that it doesn't move, right? Like, and people say, "Oh, it doesn't say flat Earth." There you go, bud. It said literally flat Earth,
Right.
Right? And I don't even push the Bible.
Yeah, that's,
so
that's
you know what I mean. I don't know why
lot.
negate this.
I get a
You
lot.
know,
Of
I
people,
don't know why you would negate this. This is part of it, right?
Right.
This is the first translation from Greek to Old English. You can even download this Bible. You can get a free PDF of it in Old English.
Yeah, you can get a free
Right,
copy
so-
of it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'll tell
so there
people.
you
They'll
go,
say
man.
they'll say, well, the Bible doesn't say anything about flat Earth. It never says flat Earth one time. It's like, well, that Bible does though. It sure does.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know when anybody would like not say it. But like, buddy, it says flat Earth. Look, 2 Samuel 11:11, right
Yeah,
there.
There's people
Boom.
asking what
You know what I mean?
translation it is. It's the Matthew's Bible from 1537.
From Matthew Tinsdale.
Yeah. Will
translated.
you write that in the chat? Can you type that out in the chat so people can see that? People are asking that. And Matthew's Bible from Matthew Tyndale Bible from 1537. And you can see that for free online. You can Google it. You can download it, like he said. You can get a free PDF, or you can go to Amazon and buy it. I mean, you can buy that particular Bible on Amazon, a copy of it, or anywhere, you know. But it does actually say the words upon the flat earth.
Yeah, like,
You know,
it's more obvious, like impossible, right?
Right now,
Simple
I
as that.
use the
What's up,
King
Johnny?
James
Good to see you.
version, and they have changed it in the King James version.
I wouldn't put it this way. Unfortunately, look, put it this way. The reason why I don't push the Bible is just for that very reason. It's been manipulated over and over and over and over to the King James, which has been one of the most manipulated to this
Right.
day. The more
Yeah.
time goes by, the more manipulation in it. Simple
Right.
as that. So, you know what I mean? You don't need the Bible to prove the earth is flat. But there's people, I've had more like serious arguments with Christians and Catholics that believe, oh yeah, the Bible, and then they're the first to deny it.
Right. That's what
It's
usually
ridiculous.
goes.
It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like I've talked to I don't know how many people in the last 11, 12 years that I've been doing this, and the hardest ones to crack are the Christians and the Catholics that believe the Bible, and the Mormons. I've talked to them too. That when they come to your door and I flat earth them and they never come back.
Right.
I don't know if I want to go back to that house. Fuck that.
Right. Right.
All right, that's what I wanted to show you.
Okay,
All right,
well, I
have a good one.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing that on there. And yeah, that is the Matthew's Bible, like you were saying. And he does actually say the words flat earth. You can check that out yourself. All right, let me bring somebody else up here. Let's see here. What else we got? Yeah, this thing, for some reason, it doesn't like to bring people up. I don't know why. It likes to pause. Carmelo?
Hi.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Are you a Bible believer?
Yeah, that's why
Cool.
I'm just gonna tell you that the earth isn't flat.
Oh, okay. You don't think the Bible teaches that?
Oh yeah, because I'm watching the sun set as I'm talking to you right now, and eventually it's gonna be gone. It's not gonna be a small dot. It's literally the same size that it was 3 hours ago over my head, but it's gonna disappear soon. It's not gonna fade into the distance.
Well, it's just angular. It's an angular thing, but it's just going to go away from
Yeah,
you.
it just and then it comes back up at the other side of where opposite goes.
The thing
Like
is, though, is once it fully
so do
sets.
you know
Listen,
so the sun sets
once it fully
the sun sets in the
you can get out a
west?
telescope and still see it. It's still there. It hasn't actually set. It's still sitting right
Done
there.
that with my binoculars. It's gone, bro.
Well,
It's
you
gone.
need bigger binoculars. You need like a
But then
P1000.
why does it come up from the east?
It's in a circuit. It moves around.
But it comes up from the
Well, it
east.
appears to. It's coming towards you.
Okay.
It comes
and-
from a
and when
perspective,
you-
and it starts getting closer, and then you see it, and you're like, "Oh, look, it's down there," and it appears to come up when it actually is getting closer and closer, and pretty soon it's right above your head, and then it goes away from you.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
and it goes away from you. But how
Yeah, it's
come you
moving.
can't see it like from China? China's only 6,000 kilometers away.
What can you see? Not what
Like you can't see the sun.
you
Or
saying you can't see the
sunlight.
sun in China?
No.
I mean, surely they see the
I
sun in
live-
China,
I live on
right?
a 32. I live on a 32 floor penthouse,
In China?
and it literally fades.
Oh.
No, I'm in Canada,
Oh, okay.
6,000 kilometers away from China.
So you're also saying
Which
you
isn't
should be
that
able to
far.
see China? Is that what you're saying?
If the Earth was flat, yeah,
No, no.
with a telescope.
You can't see forever even with a telescope.
But you can- when you-
Atmospheric
when you-
conditions get in the way. You can't do it.
Do you ever go camping that
I do.
is like maybe 2 hours away from the city sunlight? And you can see the sunlight, you can see the city lights from a distance.
Yeah, for 2
Glaring
miles,
in the
that's
sky.
2 miles is not that far. The human eye can see about 3
Exactly.
miles.
So therefore, the further you go, the more stars that you see, right?
Well, the further
Because
when
in
you
the
start
city,
getting
you
when
can
you
only
start
see
getting
a
away
certain
from
amount of stars.
right because the light's
The
blinding
further
you.
you go, right. So when you're further away from the city lights, you can see the city lights and you can see a lot more stars. But
Okay.
there are stars that are further and further away from those other stars that you could see, because you're right. You can't see forever. You can't see far distance, but you can see all the sun. You can see all the stars that the sun brightens. So why can't you see the sun that's located in China from an
Well-
airplane?
Well, you just can't see that far. That's it.
Well, but then I just said you can see stars.
Yeah, but stars
Many
I don't,
stars.
stars aren't very
The
far
further
away.
you
They're just in
go,
the firmament.
the further you go away from the city, you can see the city lights and you can see more star lights. But you can't see the ones that go beyond those stars that you can see. You're right. You can't see forever away.
Well, I don't know
But
that
you
there's
can
any
see-
stars
You
beyond
can see
it.
the moon. You can see the moon because it's huge. And then you can see the stars as it looks like you can jump from the moon to that furthest star to that other star. It looks like you could just jump from star to star if you were able to jump from star to star, but you can't because they're obviously light years away. But you can see them.
Right.
So
I
you
think
can see a long distance.
well, I think you're just seeing things in the firmament. It's really not as far as you think, and it's above your head.
Okay, but
And it's
they
a
are
light.
further than the moon, are they not?
I don't know. I think they're about equal with them.
No, you can totally see you can see the difference. You can see, like go out tonight at 2 o'clock at night, and you
Right.
can look at one star, and then you can totally see the smallest star, smaller
Well,
than that star
maybe
that
it's
you're
just that
looking at.
size. Maybe it's just that size.
So everything is equally round then.
I don't know. I don't know exactly. All I know is I don't think the
But
stars
you
are
know
what
the
they
Earth
claim.
is flat.
Say again.
You don't know, but you know the Earth is flat.
Well, nobody knows. Nobody knows what's up in the what's up
One
in the
guy on
firmament.
another site says if you put water on a ball, would it stay on the ball? Well, if you soak the ball, the water does stick to the ball.
I guess if it's soaked into a sponge, it will. Yeah.
No, on a basketball, even dip in a like your
No.
take a butter knife, dip it into the water, flip it around and turn it upside down. The water stays on it.
Well, not like what they're claiming. I mean, they're claiming that the globe is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator.
Drunk. Yeah, I'm drunk. Yeah, insult.
Come on.
You kind of got to insult, right? See, that's these people. See, ever since AI took over, it's proving that the low IQ, AI versus IQ,
Right.
it proves those people that studied this for 25 years, 30 years, I know what I'm talking about because the more I spread this rumor, the more people believes and say, "Oh, look, that guy even says it. Look, he's
Right.
catching on to my conspiracy." You know,
Right.
like you know what I'm
Yeah.
getting at, eh?
I know what you're
Like,
getting at.
yeah, like if
Well,
that picture on your background was so true, the
it's
water
not.
is falling off
Yeah,
the flat Earth.
that's not what flat earthers believe. They don't believe that.
Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
No, I never
Where
have.
you're flying the plane into the distance and it becomes like it just at the end of the world, like because on Grand
yeah.
Theft Auto the Earth is flat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though.
But you can't. You could totally go out right now and watch the sunset, and it sets.
Right.
It's the same size.
Well,
that sun is huge. It's
I
the
know
same
sometimes
size
it
as it
changes,
is
though.
when it's over your head.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
when it's over your head, and then at the point where it's sun setting, it's the same size. It's not getting any smaller. It should get smaller because
Well,
it's fading away. It's fading away.
well, sometimes it does get smaller. They've got videos of measuring it, and it does get smaller. And sometimes it
Maybe
looks
AI
better.
videos.
No, they're not AI. They're people that have actually taken them with their cameras.
Okay, so back to
But
the distance. When you're away from the city, you can see the sunlight, right?
you can
When
see
you're
sunlight.
when you're
Yeah.
2 hours away from the city, you're camping. You can see sunlight. I mean,
The city light.
the light, the city light reflection, right?
You can
So
see it. Yeah.
at this point, at 2 o'clock, since China is only for me, it's 6,000 kilometers away.
Okay.
I should be able to
No.
see the sunlight.
From China?
Yeah.
No.
Come on. I mean,
No, that's
I don't believe we
ridiculous.
can dig to China because that would be impossible. But
Yeah,
China is like literally underneath us.
I don't believe this underneath of us, but I got you. I know what you're saying, though. Hey, I appreciate you coming up. I'm going to grab a few more of these people here,
Yeah.
and
It actually
but
was nice talking.
yeah, talk to you later, and yeah, just
Yeah.
share the live if you
I don't
like it. And,
appreciate it being called drunk though, but that could be
well,
my natural
I don't know.
natural
Did
thing.
somebody call you that in the chat?
Yeah, in the chat.
Oh,
Insults.
I didn't see it. I can't. It's going by
That's
so
the
fast. I
thing. I
can't
have
watch
to
it.
agree. I would have to agree with them to be my friend, and I'm not gonna be their friend. I'll never be
Right.
their friend.
I got you.
Okay, you take care, bro.
All right. See you later.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring somebody else up here. I got some more people here waiting. Let's click on one here and see what happens. Hello, this is Kenny. Is this Britt? Are you there? Hello. Nobody there. Okay, let's go to the next one. I got this one's been here for a little bit, I think. Let's get this one. Well, if it will ever load. Gotta load someday. Hello, are you there? Stairway?
Yes, okay. How are you? Hey, how are you?
Good. You finally you showed up. How's it
So you
going?
can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
So you can answer his questions, man. And you're using Bible, you're using religion, but you can't answer his dumb questions.
What questions you got? What questions you
I
talking
mean,
about?
his questions.
Which question?
He says why we cannot see the sun, why we cannot see the sun from a far distance.
Because
And you
it's just
say
not
that's
the way it
because of
works.
distance.
Yeah, you just can't do it. It's impossible.
Because of what?
Well,
What do you
whether
mean
it's
it's
flat or not,
impossible?
even on a globe, you couldn't see it. There are light places and there
No,
are
no,
dark
listen,
places. It
listen.
doesn't matter where you're at. You see
On
what I
a
mean?
sphere, actually we get it. We understand it. Okay, but on a flat Earth,
But you don't understand it on a
on
flat
a
Earth.
flat Earth, we have answer for what? We
I've
have
got
answer for that. But the problem is you don't have the answer.
I've got the answer.
Why are you using flat Earth then? So to make it worse, to make it look fun?
No,
So
it
what
works
was the
on a
answer?
flat
You
Earth
said the
too.
distance.
I could do it. I could show you. I should show you an example on
So
your kit.
how?
Well, turn on all for your lights. Get over your kitchen table and take a flashlight and start moving it around, and that's how it works. Right under it, it's bright, and in a certain distance, it's
No,
lit
but
up.
the sun is
and
not a flashlight.
It's just a light in the sky. Is all it is. That's it. It's a luminary.
No,
All it
but
does
the
is
sun
light
is
up.
not a flashlight on a flat Earth.
Well, it does the same thing. It just sends a beam down. Right, and right underneath of it, it's noon, and everywhere else, it dissipates. And finally, when you get far enough away from it, it's dark.
That's a connection.
That's all it is. Same as the moon. The moon's its own light. It's not reflecting anything.
That doesn't make sense, actually, what you just said.
I know. Yeah.
No.
You know, it
No.
doesn't. It doesn't.
So you
make
said
any sense
also the
compared to
sun is
globe.
above your head. Are you serious?
It's in the firmament above your head. Yes, it's local.
No, to the globe it doesn't make sense for many reasons.
Well, yeah, if you believe in the globe, but I don't believe in the globe. I don't believe the sun is a 93
I
million
don't
miles
believe in
away.
a globe.
So it's one of those things.
But in a flat Earth is billion miles away.
A billion?
But on a flat Earth is billion miles away.
No, it's local.
Yes.
Right above your head.
What you mean it's local? What you mean?
It's
What
in the
fuck,
firmament.
man? We have geocentric system for 6,000 years ago.
We got what?
We have geocentric system.
No, well that's
Yeah,
that's
we have
fake.
geocentric system.
6,000
You make
years
it
ago, they
flat.
believed it was
What
flat.
the fuck?
Listen, we
Yes, it
we
is
try
flat,
not to
but
do
with,
any.
with geocentric system. You
Yeah.
idiot, man. You're just an idiot as a bit. You make it look worse. We have a
No,
geocentric system.
no.
We
You
know the
don't know
position
what
of the
you're
sun
talking- hey,
because of the system.
You don't know what
We
you're talking
know.
about.
We know. You just look
No,
a
you don't
Viking, man.
know.
You have no wisdom.
You know Cartoon
you never
Network
have
is
knowledge.
what you know. All you know is Cartoon Network.
No. I
TV.
invented the
Hey,
Astrolabs.
turn on the
I
TV
invented
and watch
the first
Cartoon Network.
geography system.
Watch
I invented
Star Trek.
science and math.
Maybe
I am
Captain
Arab.
Kirk
I'm not a
can tell you
Viking.
all about it.
I'm Arab, but I'm not Viking.
Captain Kirk.
I'm not Viking.
And Spock.
I'm not Viking.
Well, I know.
I'm
Neither
not
was
Viking.
Spock. He was a
I'm
Vulcan.
Arab. I'm an Islamic empire, you know?
I suppose
We
you
are,
believe
we
in
are
Vulcan,
the ones who
too.
invented science.
Sure
We
you
are
did.
the ones who invented astronomy.
No,
We are the
God
ones who
did
invented
that.
geography. You
God
Vikings.
did that, not you.
No, God sends prophets to the earth. God
Yeah.
sent us Enoch.
Whatever.
God sent us Enoch. You Viking? Yeah, you pagan? Yes, yes.
No.
What you mean wherever?
Whatever.
God sent us Enoch. You Viking? Yeah, you pagan?
Somebody else up here real quick, and I see somebody else there. I'll try to get to you here in just a minute. Okay. I'm telling you, it takes all kinds. It really does. Or as the last guest would say, it takes all kinds. It really does. Oh, boy. Let's see. If this thing will ever... I don't know if it's my internet or somebody else's, but I've got somebody else up, Free Smoke here, trying to come up. If it ever works. Well, it's buffering. Are you still there, Free Smoke? I also had one. Well, who else did I have? Brian. He was trying to come up. He dropped down. Are you still wanting to come up? This one apparently is no longer there. Maybe we waited too long. Let me get back to Brian here. Brian Purcell. He was requesting, so I'm asking you, inviting you back up if you want to come back up. Yeah. Anyway, so like I was saying before, is we were, talking about the Bible teaches flat Earth. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, it still teaches flat Earth. Everything that it talks about is flat Earth. Okay. Why haven't I tested the shape of the Earth? Look, you can look across the water and, the whole ship deal disappearing and see that they're not really disappearing. Okay. And as far as testing the shape of the Earth, I have a commercial pilot's license and I've flown quite a bit. And you don't ever have to adjust the attitude indicator for this so-called curve that they claim is there, that's not really there. And you don't have to adjust your landing or anything for the fake Coriolis effect that's not really there. All that stuff is fake. Okay, you don't really do it. So I guess that's how I tested it, by flying long cross countries in an airplane and not having to adjust for any magical curve. Okay? So that's all there is to it. Vanes, oh yeah. Pendulous vanes, oh yeah. I've heard that from a bunch of people that don't even know what a gyro is or how it operates or how the attitude indicator works. So they, oh, well, all the pendulous vanes. Well, what about all the ones that don't have pendulous vanes? You know? That's like what that pendulous vanes argument, let me say how stupid that is. That's like saying you can't drive a car without cruise control. You have to have it. It's what it does. But it's like, what about a car that doesn't have cruise control? Oh, well, you can't drive that car. No, they made cars ever since the early 1900s that never had cruise control. They still make them. Work vehicles. I have one that doesn't have cruise control. They put it in there as an option on a lot of work packages. But yet they still drive down the highway. Oh no, you got to use your cruise control. That's what a pendulous vane is. It helps keep a gyro from drifting. That's it. Yeah, that's all it is. Back in the day, they had to correct the gyro. Why? Because they drift. They move. I'm trying to figure out if this person is a blooming idiot. A gyro is man-made. Okay? They have bearings. They have moving surfaces. A gyro is man-made. Okay? They have them up. They get dirty. They stop using it. You know, they mess up. You have to reset them. Why do they drift in straight flight? Because it's a man-made item that's spinning at a high RPM. I don't know. I don't know how you don't understand that. Okay? You just don't understand anything. But you've never used one. If you'd actually used, because it holds its rigidity in space, it's called gyroscopic rigidity in space. We know that. All right, let me pull somebody out. I'm going to pull you up here real quick, and if you go crazy, you're right back down, okay? Hello.
Good evening.
I see you're saying quite a bit of stuff there in the chat. Apparently you don't know what an attitude indicator is, or do you?
Oh yeah, I've had conversations with actual pilots. What are the four forces required for flight?
Do you know how an attitude indicator works?
That's very relevant.
Not to my question. You're talking about a pendulous vane, and you're asking questions like, why would you have to adjust a gyroscope? It's rigidity in space. Do you not know anything about a gyroscope?
Oh, please enlighten me on why it drifts as you're flying straight.
Multiple reasons.
If it's flat and level, why did it need to be adjusted?
Well, because one, it's man-made. Nothing that man makes is perfect. Nothing that man makes lasts forever. It has bearings in it. It has grease in it that keeps it the movement of the airplane, wear, tear, movement, temperature, pressure, all can affect a gyroscope. They're not 100% infallible, just like the plane it's attached to. That's why planes fall out of the sky all the time. If everything was perfect, you would never have an accident. That's why.
Who would claim we would need perfection?
What you just did, you said, well, how could one possibly move out of place if you were flying straight and level?
No.
Because it's a man-made piece of junk. That's why.
You're being dishonest. That's not what I said.
No, I'm not being dishonest.
What I said was, why did they have to be adjusted?
Because they move out of their wherever you set them.
Mid-flight.
They drift.
Before they made pendulous vanes.
Because they're man-made and they have wear and tear and they're a piece of junk.
Do it.
Say again?
Now the pendulous vanes do it automatically.
Yes, they help it stay where you put
Yes.
it. But guess what?
Yes, they
can
help
wear
it
out too.
maintain level.
Guess what? Pendulous veins
What
can wear
four
out too
forces
because
are
they're
required
man-made.
Cool. What 4 forces are required for flight? Because I don't believe you're actually a pilot.
Well, I know you're not one. Hey,
Cool. What 4 forces are required for flight? Because I don't believe you're actually a pilot.
well, I know you're not one.
I'm not. I can honestly say that.
Okay. Well, I
But I've
honestly
spoken
am.
to many. So what 4 forces are required for flight?
You tell me.
So you're lying about
no.
being a pilot.
No, it wouldn't matter what the forces are. It still doesn't mean the Earth is a
It
globe.
does.
No, it doesn't.
For you to say I never had to tilt my nose, that's extremely
I never said
ridiculous.
I never had to tilt my nose. You put the
that
nose
is
of the
exactly
airplane
what you
up
said.
if you want to climb. You put it down if you want to go down.
Also a lie.
No, that's how you fly an airplane. It's called the yoke.
No.
This is how you steer an airplane.
No.
You pull the
If you
yoke
want to
back to
increase
go up.
altitude,
Yeah, you pull the
if
yoke
you want
back.
to increase altitude, you increase your thrust.
That it. See,
I've spoken to an actual
play.
pilot.
Go play your video games again.
Yeah.
You don't know
I've
what
spoken
you don't
to
know
an
what
actual pilot.
I'm
You're
an
just
actual
proving
pilot.
that you're lying.
No, you don't know anything about
You
an
can't
airplane.
tell me the
Do you
4
know what
forces
angle?
for flight.
I can tell you, but I'm not willing to.
Oh, you can
just
tell
now
me.
said that you make an airplane go up by adding thrust. Well, what about
When you are
what about
flying
the
an
angle of
airplane-
attack of your wing?
When you
Don't
are
you have to
flying an
adjust
airplane
pitch?
level to the earth,
Why do we
right?
have wings then if we don't have to adjust pitch? What's the purpose? Just put a rocket on your back. You don't need wings. You don't need
why would
ailerons.
you
You
use
don't
a
need
rocket
rudders.
for an airplane?
You don't need anything.
Who said that?
You did.
No, I didn't. You're putting words in my mouth
Well-
again and showing how dishonest you are.
No, I'm not dishonest.
You're just
don't
trying
know how
to sell
fly an
books on
airplane.
Amazon.
Listen, if you actually
If
wanted
you
to
want to
know the
climb
truth,
from
you would ask.
35,000 feet
You
to
would ask if
40,000
you really
feet.
wanted to know, but you don't.
Oh, I know the truth. I tested the
Really?
shape of Earth.
Well, let me
Yeah.
tell everybody here in the chat, if you want to make an airplane go up, you have to increase the wings angle of attack. To do that, you have to pull back on the yoke or the stick, whatever you're flying. Yes, you have to have thrust too. Of course you do, because you've got drag.
When you're at
You got
when you're
thrust,
at
you've got drag, you've got
35,000
weight, you've
feet.
got lift. I know all about an airplane.
Oh,
you
you got
don't
weight.
adjust the height by
Oh.
just pulling back on the throttle. You have to adjust your wings too,
Pulling back on the throttle.
or pushing forward on the throttle. You know, you
Oh.
pull back.
So
it's
you
less.
your claim is that if you're flying at 30,000 feet and you want to climb to 35, increasing thrust is not enough to increase your altitude.
If you're flying at 30,000 feet
And you want to increase to
and you
35.
want to increase your height, you would probably just pull back a little bit and gradually climb. You probably wouldn't need to add any thrust because you're probably already at about 90% of what you're going to do.
Oh, you would probably.
Well, it depends on the airplane. You don't know anything
I
about
don't know. I've
airplanes.
spoken to real pilots. That's all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
How
Sure
are
you
the
have.
how are the routes plotted when you fly an airplane? Are they plotted based on a spherical Earth or a flat
No,
Earth?
flat. All maps are flat.
Oh, paper maps.
Paper maps are flat, yeah.
Oh, cool. Paper maps disprove flat Earth.
Okay. Listen, did you actually have a question
can
about
tell
a
you how.
gyro or not?
Oh, I'm not going to ask you questions about anything. You don't have any answers.
Oh, I know all about them. You just
You're
don't want to
lying.
hear
You're
it.
lying to everybody in your chat.
No. All right. There, another troll. Another troll who says, "Hey, you can't. You can't. You don't adjust the altitude of an airplane by pushing the nose up or down. What's the purpose of having the control then? I wonder. What's the purpose of it? Well, we don't do that. We don't use anything like that. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, dude." Another one of those. I think I know something about flying because I Googled it, and I played a video game that had an airplane on it. And if I wanted to, use my jet airliner and I want to go higher, I just give it more power and I just fly up like a rocket. Unfortunately, that's not how it works in the real world. That's a video game. Well, this and that. Well, which airplane? Well, what airplane are you even talking about? Yeah. 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 Pendulous vanes, they account for some drift. They help stabilize a gyro during flight. There are lots of them that don't have them. Why would you need to adjust it while you're flying? He says. Well, because it can hunt, it can move. It's called precession, gyroscopic precession. It's moving, and its own force can try to make it go off because it's spinning so fast. It's called precession. Precession can happen because of wear, of tear, because of dirt, because of debris. The air that goes into these things is filtered. If the filter's clogged, there's all kinds of things that can, and it's man-made. Let me explain something to you. Anything man-made is a hunk of junk. Now, if you're not smart enough to figure that out, I can't help you. It doesn't matter if you drive a brand new car off the lot. It'll either have a problem soon, or you put a few miles on it, I promise you it's going to have a problem. Okay, everything fails. So, well, why do I have to adjust it? Because it's a man-made item, and it's spinning at a high RPM, and it has lots of wear. The same reason you got to change your filter on your car, okay? Because it gets dirt in it. Doesn't matter where you're driving. Well, I only drive on the highway. Guess what? It still gets dirty because there's dirt in the air. That's why you can't. That's why you can't see China, like the guy keeps asking. Well, I don't understand why I can't see China. Because you can't see forever. I'm sorry, you can't. There's dirt in the air. There's smog in the air. There's junk in the air. You can't see forever. Well, I want to see China. Well, I'm sorry. I can see forever. No, you can't. Get real. Okay? Good gravy. I don't know why people well, it's funny. I guess they're I don't know where they're getting this information from. Like this guy here, I'm not a pilot, but I've talked to pilots. Well, if you talk to a pilot and he tells you he doesn't have to adjust nothing has to be adjusted because everything is perfect, he's a liar. They're constantly in there turning knobs and stuff, having to reset stuff and adjust things and correct things constantly. That's why they have a cockpit full of buttons and knobs. You think those are for looks? It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, next guest, please. Well, if I had any up here requesting I do it, they drop back down. Let's see. Link, let's see. For Peruvii. I guess we got, let's see. Don't see a request button. If you don't see a request button, that probably means you're not eligible. Okay? And by the looks of your account, you've got 160 or 181 followers. No, 165 followers. You're probably not eligible to get onto a live. Okay? You can't go onto a panel unless you have a little more credentials than that. Okay? That's probably why you don't see a request button. Okay? And there's probably a reason for that. Usually when most people have like practically zero people on there, it's because they're a troll. Anyway. Let's see here. See, I've got Nick, Flat Earth Nick there. If Nick wants to come up, you can send a request up and we'll bring you up. Let's see. I'm seeing something there with Link 100. I don't know what they're saying there. Ooh, Link. 34 followers. Kind of sounding like a troll. Well, I've got Nick. here. Nick, if you see somebody in here that's clearly somebody trying to, be a troll and cause a bunch of new problems, would you please just ixnay them real quick? Please just ixnay them. As I've been, we've got so many restrictions here. Just asking simple questions, trying to be nice to everybody, and you get somebody up that just starts cussing and going crazy. Got to get rid of them, and all of a sudden you get a restriction. It's like, well, obviously they're mad because you dropped them back down, so then they go and report you for something you didn't do when they're the ones that came up and, blew up and started cussing up a storm. It's like, oh, host, can you mod me? I'm mod for Tron. Let me see here. I'll tell you what, come up here real quick and let me talk to you for a minute, and then we can probably do that. Y'all just quick to personality attack or just call them a troll. If you're in here causing problems and calling people names, then that's what you are. Okay? That's all there is to it. All right, let's see here. Let's click the follow back. Okay, you requested. Well, that's not what I wanted. Trying to... Well, if I could get the person to come up here, that would be great. Okay, got somebody coming up. Anonymous one. I think I've talked to this person before. I can't remember. Hello, Anonymous one. How are you?
Good evening. I'm not bad. How are you?
You're what?
I'm not bad. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Are you a Bible believer?
No, I just
No?
come up so that people could request. You're not smart enough to talk to me. So I just thought I would let other people come and find out the request button now and they can come up and speak to you. And it'll show you that even people that can't find the request button are smarter than you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess another. Yeah, exactly. Drop. Gotta. Oh, boy. Hey, it takes all kinds. I promise you that. It takes all kinds. Drop. That's kind of what I was thinking. Drop. All right, let's get the next one up here. Somebody coming up here. If it'll take, I don't. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I was just going to let you know that when you have somebody up here, it allows other people to request, but when nobody's up here, there's no request button.
Really?
That's what I was trying to tell you, and you started to troll me and say I don't have enough followers.
Did I say that about you?
Yes, you did. You were reading my comment, and you said I only had 140 followers, and I'm just trying to help you out and say there's no request button. That's probably why you don't have people trying to come up. Maybe I'm wrong or not, but right now I see 7 other request buttons as I'm speaking. But as soon as no one's on stage, there's no button to push the request up. So I don't know how other people are doing it or not, but I'm just telling you.
Know.
There's multiple comments in the chat saying that they can't request up.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that from a couple, but I've had like tons of requests all night long. I don't
Somebody
understand
just
that.
said he's right, host. I don't know. Just trying to help you out.
I figured it was a low number because somebody told me that if you've got like under a certain amount, it won't let you get on the live. Is that true?
I have no idea, but I've been on plenty of lives, and for some
Well,
reason, you don't have any request buttons under your image.
huh? And I'm looking at, see, my deal here shows all the request buttons.
Yeah, see, I don't see that, which is
I don't understand that. Let's see.
yeah, something to look into. I'm not sure. I mean, as soon as the other guy got on, the request buttons popped up. That's why he was trolling you and saying, "I'm doing you a favor."
Oh, I see.
Now they're up because somebody's up. You have to have somebody up at all times for the other request buttons to pop up. See, everybody's saying that they see him now.
Huh. Well, that's
I
weird
don't know.
because I've
Something
had
to
no
look
people
into.
up but people request. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's weird. So it has to be something to do with TikTok. I was wondering how other people are requesting up.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question because I've had
Somebody just said the
nobody
little
up.
people icon, the blue and pink, that's a request button.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that from my end. I just don't know.
I don't see that either. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I appreciate it. I didn't, if you're trying to tell me something that's right, that's fine. Let's
That's
see.
probably why people are requesting up. Maybe half the people can't see it, or
Maybe so.
someone just said, I don't know.
I don't know either because I've had requests all night long. I mean, I've taken a whole bunch of, so I don't know. I do not know, but I appreciate you saying that. Well, I'll bring somebody else up and hopefully it'll stay there unless you're wanting to stay up. This one here says, the truth says Omid is wrong.
No. I mean, I'll
don't
stay
know.
up. You can bring somebody else. See if you get another request right now, then kick me off.
Okay, well, hey, let me ask you real quick. Are you, and this other says Omen is correct. Are you a Bible believer?
That's a good question.
I mean, I figured that's probably why you're in the chat listening, right? Or no?
No, I'm just scrolling through TikTok, and
Okay.
there's a bunch of chats about Flat Earth that I've been listening into Tron, so I find it interesting. I don't have a belief on either side. I think nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Right.
I do believe NASA's fake. I think the moon landing's fake.
I agree with
So
you on
Flat
that.
Earth, you can't believe anything the government tells you. So yes,
I
am I
agree with
open-minded
that
to the
too.
thing? Yeah, am I open-minded to everything? Yes, absolutely. I mean, we don't fucking know what's out there. We don't know what's up there. Why are they blocking Antarctica? I mean, it makes absolutely
Right.
no fucking sense.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just a lot of trolling back and forth between the Flat Earth and the regular people. But, at the end of the day, who the fuck knows?
Right.
Water
I
don't
got
curve
you.
around the sphere. That's what somebody's saying. Yes, I understand water needs a shape to take form, but that's not good enough for me. I mean, we don't understand the depths of gravity and things like that. I mean, we have an idea from a surface level, and Flat Earth does make sense, but
Sure.
who the fuck knows, right? Anyway, somebody else came up. Thanks.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Hey,
All
Truth
right.
Repeater, how are you?
How's it going there, Flat Earth? I've been watching you after Tron came on, but I'll actually explain what I meant in the comments. So,
Is Tron on right
he's
now?
correct about your No, he's
Oh.
correct about the request boxes. Okay, but even when you don't have your request boxes up, there's a two-person icon down at the bottom of the screen, and when you push it, a window will pop up, and it'll also have a request icon at the bottom of that. When you push that request icon, it'll allow you to request as a listener. So even when he drops down his guest, you can still request by pushing that icon at the bottom.
I see.
Just to help you guys out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on TikTok Live Studio on a computer. And from my point of view, it shows 2, 4, 6, shows 8 boxes underneath me. And then another deal pops up on the side that says who is requesting. And so I can either click on somebody, invite them, or I can click on them once they're requesting. But I've had requests all night long,
Yep, and what he's talking about is when, like, if I drop down, the request boxes are going to also disappear.
Okay.
So that's what he's talking about. He's like, oh, there's no place to request up. He's correct when he's talking about the boxes, but he's not talking about the icon at the bottom, which is available after you drop your last guest up here.
I see. Okay, well that's good to know because I'm sure somebody's probably looking at it and wondering what's going on. I don't know.
Yep.
I'll have to look
So
at somebody
just-
else's live to check it out for myself because I'm not seeing that on my end. It's just, you know, it's frustrating when I see what I'm seeing, other people are seeing something completely different, and it's just like somebody here not too long ago was saying, well, they couldn't see any of the chat, and the guy was on a Mac or an iPad, and you know he had it upright, and the guy said, well, turn it sideways. And he turns it sideways, and he can see the chat. He's like, oh, well, now it's fixed, and it's like, you know, somebody spins it and it's completely different. It's like, yeah, I don't know how that works because I'm on a computer, with a camera. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, with with the studio, you can change the layout on the studio, but it's a learning curve, so you'll have to figure out how to do that. It's not as easily explained over a live. You know, it's something that you have to play with and kind of learn over time. But you know, I as far as beliefs, I really kind of follow closely to what Tron believes, even as far as the Bible and you know, the Creator, God, Jesus Christ. So that's where I stand, and I just caught you hot live, and you were kind of the only one that's really talking, you know, substance, and so I was just listening in, and I heard that you guys were talking about the request boxes, so I wanted to help out a little bit.
Well,
but
I
I'll drop
appreciate
down,
that.
bud.
I appreciate that. I've been on here about 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here myself because it's getting close to my bedtime here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop down myself and get off of here. But thank you guys for coming up, and I appreciate you coming up and saying that. I may be on again tomorrow night. Planning on doing one with Tron. If you're familiar with Tron, gonna do another one, and it's gonna be Bible related. Is what we're gonna shoot for. So, you know, that is what it is. Now, somebody said something about I'm selling books. I'm not selling books. I do have a book for sale, and I do refer to this book a lot. And, you know, if you want one, I mean, you don't have to buy it. I'd probably send you a free copy if you ask for one. So I'm not trying to make any money. I don't make any money on them anyway. But anyway, so having said that, I appreciate you guys coming up. Let's see. Yeah, this guy says Tron was a no-show for a debate against two aviation experts. Well, I've talked to him about that. He said he just didn't want to do it. He's not a no-show. He never said he would go to begin with. He's not interested in talking to him. They're already debunked, you know. And you get some of these guys up here that claim to be pilots and don't even know if they are. And even if they are, you know, I'm a pilot, and I used to believe in a globe. No, you don't fly an airplane like it's a globe. You fly it you treat it like it's flat and level, but I still believed it. So, you know, you can be a pilot and still believe in the globe just because. I mean, that's what you're taught. Doesn't mean it's true. You've got to start kind of, you know. And yes, Nick, I do have that video, and I think I've got it downloaded, and I'm going to see if I can get that to you. He's not on video, of course. It's just me, but you can listen to it. So I've got that downloaded. I just need to figure out how to either cut it in a section to send it to you, or I'm gonna have to send you the whole MP4 because I downloaded as an MP4 and I don't know how to separate it out. So I'll get with you on that, Nick. Give me a text. Guys, thanks for coming. God bless you all. You know, this is a biblical deal. I hope you believe in it. You don't have to believe in it, but, I know a lot of people who don't believe in the Bible and don't believe in God, and a lot of them, they don't have a very good life either. Some of them, you know, so you may, you know, it's one of those things you might just, consider. Okay. It's free. You can get the Bible. You can get a copy of it for free. If you honestly wanted one and didn't have any money, send me an inbox and I'll send you one for free. So it's not going to cost you anything. Okay. Anyway, hey, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. God bless you all. Talk to you